I'm gonna put it right here. Fuck it. Right there will be good. Right now. Looks good. All right, guys. The mic is hot. Okay. The mic is hot. We are live with another one, guys. Okay. Welcome to the channel. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, let me make sure my mic is on after all that. All right, guys. Mic is on. We are live with another one. Topic of discussion today, guys. We got fight news, guys. We have fight news, and I tell you what, that middleweight division is starting to shape up. I can tell you that much, guys. All right? That middleweight division is starting to shape up, okay? Dana White once again blesses us, all right, with fight news, okay? And as we have it now, guys, we have UFC Fight Night in Vancouver, okay? Headline by Rener de Ridder versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, guys. We're going to talk more specifically about this fight. And this fight actually has huge implications. If either of these guys actually come out with a great performance, I can see one of these guys actually fighting for gold against Chimaev in the near future, guys. But, guys, let's talk about Rener de Ridder right now. Okay, let's talk about him right now. This banter between Rener de Ridder and Chimaev, back and forth, Twitter feed. They're attacking each other. They're preparing each other for some war. But Rener de Ridder needs to get his head in the game right now because he's up against somebody who's a good mixed martial artist. Okay, Anthony Hernandez is no slouch. Okay, Anthony Hernandez has a great overall mixed martial arts skills. If the fight goes to the ground, Anthony Hernandez has good ground game, good wrestling, good Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He is no slouch on the ground. Anthony Hernandez also, he has good hands. He's good on the feet as well. So anywhere this fight goes, Anthony Hernandez can find success. Okay? But, you know, Rener de Ridder, excuse me again. Rener de Ridder is coming off of a huge win, okay, beating Robert Whitaker, the Reaper, in that division. How you doing, August? Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat. Hopefully you're having a good one, a good, hopefully you had a good Monday and Tuesday. You know what I mean? So you already know what it is, man. Bozo, how you doing? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Okay, I really appreciate you. We got fight news, guys. Okay, fight news, and the fight news today is UFC Fight Night in Vancouver, headlined by Rener de Ridder and Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. This is going to be a terrific fight, huge implications, excuse me. And guys, we're gonna really, dive into this right here. Bozo says, "Good. My dog made Mookie Stanks on the rug. Man, that's a sad story. That's a sad story. Well, make sure that you teach him not to do it again. All right, and you got to discipline him. Discipline him. Okay. But guys, like I said, Rener de Ridder coming off of a huge win. So is Anthony Hernandez. Both guys are coming off of impressive wins. All right. When it comes to Rener de Ridder, though, that was a closer fight than a lot of people saw it. Actually, Rener de Ridder versus Robert Whitaker. Now, who can win this fight? At the end of the day, that's the question that, we all got to ask ourselves. Who is going to win this fight when it comes to RDR versus Anthony Hernandez? Let me read some of these comments. It's 12:30 p.m. here, mate. Damn, 12:30 p.m. Well, that means the sun is out. That means you got some time, to go out, enjoy yourself. So definitely do that, Definitely do that, guys. Enjoy yourself and enjoy your day, Right now, where I'm at, it's actually 5:30 in the morning. It's 5:30 a.m., guys, okay? Excuse me, guys. But once again, the question we got to ask ourselves is who's going to win this fight between, RDR versus Anthony Hernandez. After Anthony Hernandez last fight. Hold on a second, guys. I just want to make sure I'm not hold on a second. I got to look at my notes here. Oh, here he is. Okay. Anthony Hernandez's last win was Roman Dolidze. All right. It was a good win. I'm not going to say it was a bad win. I'm going to say it was a really good win for Anthony Hernandez. But I honestly thought that a lot of those commentators, a lot of those analysts were giving Anthony Hernandez too much of a high praise, to be honest with you. I get more into detail on that. Let me read some of these comments. Are you going to work, mate? Yes, I am. I am going to work. Dean, welcome back to your chat. Welcome back to your channel. Longtime supporter. How you doing, Dean? RDR is huge for the division. Forever young. You are right about that. August says RDR by miles. RDR by miles. Holy. Everybody on the chat is actually going for RDR. This is crazy, guys. Okay, but let me get back to what I was saying. Anthony Hernandez, the last fight was against Roman Dolidze, and let me tell you something. That was a very impressive win for Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. However, a lot of those commentators, a lot of those analysts were giving him high praise, and I honestly think that was a little bit too much high praise, in my opinion. Okay, and I'm just speaking facts. Okay, I'm just speaking facts. All right, Anthony Hernandez. Look, he's a great mixed martial artist. He's found a way to really make and stamp his name in this middleweight division, to be honest with you. Okay? But when you go back and you look at the history of Anthony Hernandez, guys, let's be real, guys. Okay? Let's be real. Let's not forget. Okay? I definitely am not going to forget. Anthony Hernandez lost against Kevin Holland, guys. Okay? The dead body of Kevin Holland. If you're not new to this channel, then you already know how I feel about that guy, Kevin Holland. Okay? So anybody losing against Kevin Holland, I'm not going to give you any praise. Okay? I don't care how long ago you lost to the guy. Okay? You still lost to him. All right? And when it comes to Kevin Holland, I'm just not impressed with the guy at all. At all. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. Run up those likes, run up these shares, and run up the subscriptions. Do me the favor, guys. So when it comes to Anthony Hernandez, honestly, guys, I'm not really sold. I am just not sold on Anthony Hernandez. I'm actually more impressed with Reinier the Ritter beating Bo Nickal. Okay, humbly Bo Nickal. I'm actually more impressed with that win than Anthony Hernandez beating Roman Dolidze, guys. Okay? And I know that sounds crazy. I know how that sounds right now. But I'm just being honest, okay? Anybody who's willing and able to humble a guy like Bo Nickal, I have high praises for you. I really do, okay? Let me read some of these comments. Have a good day at work, mate. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Dean on the scene. What's up? How you been? I'm doing good, Dean. I am doing good. Thank you for asking. Right now, topic of discussion, we are talking about Reinier the Ritter and Anthony Hernandez fighting at UFC Fight Night Vancouver, guys. Okay? The only RDR I know is Red Dead Redemption. Damn, Dean, please don't bring up Red Dead Redemption. I was just talking about Red Dead Redemption with one of my friends. I won't mention him, but one of my friends, I didn't even know that he played Red Dead Redemption, and I do play Red Dead Redemption as well. And we started chopping it up, and I asked him the question. I said, when did it happen to you? And he asked me, what are you talking about? I said, when Arthur Morgan started getting the coughs. Oh, man. The face that he made and the face that I made, it was like, oh, my God, it was so sad. Oh, my God, the story. And then we started chopping it up about, where we were. Because I was in St. Denis when the call started happening. I was on my way to a shop to get a jacket. I wasn't even doing a mission. And then all of a sudden, the call starts happening. He falls off the horse. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. The story of Red Dead Redemption 2 is unbelievable, guys. They need to really make 3, honestly. But moving on. Beard versus hair. I have no idea. Don't forget to drink some coffee, mate. I am on it. I am on it. Rip Arthur Morgan. Rest in peace, the legend, guys. The legend. All right. The legend. All right. Arthur Morgan. But guys, like I said, I have no faith in Anthony Hernandez, to be honest with you. I don't. I really don't. Even though his last performance against Roman Dolidze was a good, a good performance. Don't get me wrong. It was a good performance, dominating. He really showed that he's a mixed martial arts fighter overall. Okay, and I already mentioned that. But man, Reiner de Ridder is huge for that division. And RDR has a set of skills that honestly, it really works for him. RDR might not have the most technical skills when it comes to striking, right? But he makes it work. He really does. He makes it work. And he makes the fight dirty. And you know what? RDR doesn't mind making the fight dirty. So this is going to be a tough fight for Anthony Hernandez, in my opinion. When it comes to the groundwork, I think RDR actually has more experience on the ground. And I think if Reiner de Ridder is able to get Anthony Hernandez to the ground, I think Anthony Hernandez might find himself in trouble. Okay. Now, that's easier said than done, because when it comes to Anthony Hernandez, he's shown ability. He has shown ability, especially after his last performance. But, there's a big but. But, I mean, losing against Kevin Holland, I understand that was a long time ago, but losing against Kevin Holland, it just doesn't sit well with me. It just does not sit well with me, honestly. It doesn't. So, when I look at this, I'm just like, I think we're gonna have RDR versus Chimaev in the near future. Excuse me, guys. I think we're gonna have RDR and Chimaev in the near future. I think that is the fight that the UFC is going to have on their plate, to be honest with you. And to be real, I don't see anybody else in the middleweight division actually speaking up. Reiner de Ridder is the only one in that's going on Twitter and actually is creating buzz with him and Chimaev. I mean, nobody else is doing that. RDR is definitely doing that, so he's putting himself in position. So if he does beat Anthony Hernandez, I mean, he's going to be the next guy right there. There's already drama between them. So he's a smart man. RDR has good knees to the body. Forever Young, he really does. RDR has great technique. He really does when it comes to the ground. I mean, when it comes to his stand-up game, he has some technique as well. I mean, not the most technical. However, those knees that he's able to land at close distances, those make a difference. That was actually the difference maker in that Bo Nickal fight. Those knees were a big part of why Bo Nickal actually got humbled. Okay? And folded and went to fetal position like Anthony Smith. Okay? Honestly. Okay? Honestly. So, I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at this 20, the rest of this 2025. And I could tell you what, the UFC they have done the due diligence. Don't get me wrong. We have a whole bunch of fight night, UFC fight nights up ahead of us. We really do. But for the most part, for the most part, 2025 is looking good. It really is. It's looking good. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. This middleweight division is exciting. I honestly think this middleweight division might be one of the most exciting divisions right now. I understand the lightweight division, the welterweight division. There's a lot of excitement in those divisions as well. But man, after DDP losing against Chimaev, and then in the manner that DDP lost against Chimaev, that makes this division even more exciting. I'm excited about this division. I really am. There's huge implications with RDR versus Anthony Hernandez. Like I said, if either of these guys are able to go into the octagon and get an impressive win that night in Vancouver, either of these guys can get the next shot at Chimaev, to be honest with you. But easier said than done. Imavov versus Kyle Boror coming up too. Yeah, that I mean Dana White did bring that up. And Imavov versus Kyle. Look, I like that fight. That's gonna be a real good fight. But I like Imavov too. I like Imavov. I think his ability to finish the fight and to make the fight exciting, he has abilities in there as well. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We are gonna see who's gonna be able to go in there and implement their game plan, and impose their will. But based on Imavov, I mean, his last performance against Stylebender, I mean, come on, he put him to bed, So when it comes to Kaio, he's been on a tear. He's just them fighting nerds are doing something right. I could tell you that they really are, and he's on a tear. He has momentum behind him, just like Imavov. So, I mean, this middleweight division is key. It's cooking up. It is cooking up. Jason 9, welcome back to your chat. Welcome back to your channel. How you doing, man? What is going on? And what's up with me right now? We're talking about Rener de Ridder and Anthony Hernandez headlining UFC Fight Night in Vancouver. That is the topic of discussion, and we're diving into who's going to win. Is it going to be RDR or is it going to be Anthony Fluffy Hernandez? And I did mention that I really have no faith on Anthony Hernandez because of his past losses. I mean, if you lose against a dead body of Kevin Holland, I just have no faith in you guys. Okay. But that is the topic of discussion today, Jason 9. Let me see. Dr. Thomas says people trash 185 because of its death. I think top 15 and unranked is full of good matches. Dr. Thomas, I agree with you. I couldn't disagree with you. I mean, that middleweight division is shaping up to be a division. Let me tell you that. Okay? With Chimaev at the head of the snake, this division is in good hands, guys. It really is. Chimaev pitched a shutout, okay, when it comes to beating DDP. Ragdolled him, basically robbed him, and beat him to a pulp, to be honest with you. I mean, you get crucifixed 300 times in a fight, you're getting ragdolled, okay? Let me see. Today came live right after coming from office. You're damn right. You're damn right. You already know how it is, guys. You already know how it is. I come up with a game plan and I stick to it. Okay? I stick to it. I am here for the community, okay? If there's any UFC news out there, I am going to be on the live soon after, okay? If I can be on the live right after, I will. All right? Point blank, period. Facts. You saw what Mighty Mouse said about Chimaev and DDP fight? Well, Jason 9, are you talking about the quote that Demetrius Johnson said about if you don't like watching, wrestling, then don't watch the UFC? Are you talking about that quote? Bro was spamming the crucifix shit was so sad to see. I don't think it was sad to see, Jason 9. I really don't. I honestly thought it was a great fight. Okay, I love mixed martial arts, and I love seeing domination, and that was a dominating performance by Chimaev, point blank, period, guys. Okay, like I said, Chimaev was slicing through DDP like butter, bro, like butter. DDP had no answer. The only thing DDP could do was survive and stay alive. Okay, that's the only thing he could do. Mighty Mouse 5'3", mixed manlet arts. I don't know what you're talking about, JoJo. What are you talking about? What is that? But is that what you're talking about, Jason 9? Are you talking about that quote? Dr. Thomas says, I have Kaio beating Imavov. Dare I even say Kaio beats Chimaev? What is Kaio's path to victory? Holy crap. The only way Kaio beats Chimaev and the way he's gonna be able to, be successful, first of all, he has to accept that he's gonna be taken down. Point blank, period. He has to accept it. You're gonna be taken down. Now, what is it that you're gonna do when you're taken down? Okay? There has to be a strategy there. Are you going to try to keep him in your guard? Are you going to try to, get right back up to your feet right away? Are you going to go for some Are you going to go for some, submissions off of your back? These are things that, Caio is gonna have to really, really strategize. Okay, because for Caio, a win for him is a long shot, especially against Chimaev. Chimaev, most likely, if I had to put my money on it, he finishes Caio in the first or second, in my opinion. Okay, just because I don't see Caio having, great wrestling defense and great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu defense to the point where he's going to stop Chimaev from taking him down and being submitted. I think Chimaev can submit Caio and fairly easily, to be honest with you. But if Caio is going to find some type of success, he has to accept the fact that he's going to be taken down. And not only that, but he has to be willing to take some chances. And I'm talking about crazy chances. I'm talking about George Masvidal, Ben Askren type of chances. Okay, when that bell rings, you run across that son of a bitch octagon and you try to knock him out with something crazy. Okay, because you never know. You might jest. Okay, and that's really the only way I see Caio actually beating Chimaev. Now, if Caio is able to get past Imavov, then we could talk about that. But as of right now, that's easier said than done, guys. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Let me see. For short dudes, MMA for short guys. What? What are you talking about? There's like guys that are literally like 6'3", 6'6". Anyways, lay it on me, OEM. Caio ends up in ICU. Damn, R-Van speaking facts though. Jason, every time they started exchanging, Chimaev goes back to the floor. Jason 9, you're right. Jason, you're right. You are absolutely right. Okay, and you know what? I'm not mad at that. Okay, in my opinion, I enjoyed it. Okay, I love seeing somebody getting dominated in that fashion. He was dominated. There was nothing DDP could do. Honestly, it got to the point where DDP he was cheating. Okay, he was grabbing the fence. He was hooking his toes against the fence to stop Chimaev. He couldn't do, even when he was cheating, he still couldn't even find a way to succeed. Okay, it got to the point where the referee actually had to jump in and help him. Unbelievable. Okay. Mary Linger says, hi, how you doing? How you doing, Mary? Welcome to your channel. Welcome to your chat. All right, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, guys. All right, it takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Like I always say, guys, this is your channel. I am just the pilot, okay? The only channel where the fans come first, not last. You already know what it is, guys. Run up these likes, run up these subscriptions, support the community, guys. Do you think Caio has to scare Chimaev off his back to keep it off the ground? I don't understand your question. Do you think Caio has to scare Chimaev off his back to keep it off the ground? No, not at all. In my opinion, I mean, if Chimaev is able to get Caio, and he's going to be able to get Caio to the ground, I think we're going to see a finish soon after. And I'm just being real. Okay, I see a finish soon after. I knew going into the DDP fight that Chimaev was going to do what he did. I knew it. You guys could go watch my lives. Go watch my UFC fight predictions. Okay, I knew it. Okay, I know what my eyes are seeing. Okay, I don't bullshit. And when it comes to Caio, he just has no way to win against Chimaev. There's no possible way for him to win, but only way he can win is by getting lucky. And that's the reason why I'm telling you that Caio needs to take chances, because you never know. If he takes the craziest chance, he might just pull it off. He has the power, he has the technique, but will he be able to, pull off something crazy? Okay. Let me read. Imagine Caio being Brazilian and bad at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, I tell you what, he's not going to be able to submit Chimaev. I could guarantee you that. For real, what the fuck was the ref doing? Jason 9, the ref was helping him. Okay, the referee was giving DDP a chance because for damn near freaking 22 minutes, okay, damn near 22 minutes, Chimaev was spanking that guy. It got to the point where the referee got uncomfortable. And he said, wait a minute, I got to give DDP a chance to win. And I have to write my own narrative. But unfortunately, even that didn't help. Dana wants those finishers though. August, I agree with you. He does want the finishers though. But you have to remember, guys, a lot of people are talking about Chimaev not being a finisher, not being an exciting fighter. And I'm like, wait a minute. So you can have one fight where it's pure domination, right? And then everybody forgets about the rest of your fights. How the fuck is that possible? I still have Gilbert Burns and Chimaev in my mind. I still have Kamaru Usman and Chimaev in my mind. Those are very, very highly competitive fights. And it was very, very good for my eyes. It was very entertaining. Okay? So to say Chimaev is not exciting nor a finisher, it just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I mean, did you see what he did to Robert Whittaker? The Reaper in that division? He strangled him. He broke his face. Like, I just don't get it. Really don't. Let me see. But I know your opinion on Dana, OE. August, that's what's up. That is what's up. Good thing you know my opinion on Dana already. DDP almost won. Yeah, that was a good joke, bro. Oh, God. You got me joking over here, John. Please stop it. Oh, bro, why are you wearing a tie? Well, literally, I just ran in. Okay, I just ran into this live. I apologize. I didn't even take off my clothes. The only thing I just loosened it up and took off the first button. Can I live? Huh? Can I live? Why are you worried about another gold man? Jesus, peace be upon him. We need Herb Dean in this kind of fights. Arvan, I agree with you, but even Herb Dean is out-aging this referee thing. Even Herb Dean might out-age this position, okay? Hassan says, at John, laugh my ass off. That's exactly what I was thinking. Hassan, that's exactly what I was thinking, okay? Oh, my God. I Love says, man, Colby was kind of right about Marc Goddard. You're damn right Colby Covington was right. You're damn right Colby Covington was right. have Chimaev fight Jones. I don't think Chimaev's that way, bro. What? John, I don't even know what you said. Forever Young is laughing. And I think he's laughing at John. I think everybody in the chat is laughing at what John said. Even right now, I'm laughing. That's like saying Johnny Walker is gonna knock out John Jones. Remember those days? Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, support the community. What are you guys doing? Okay, run up these likes and run up the subscriptions. Okay, do me the favor. Support the community. Okay. Rand says, at John, we need whatever you're smoking. You guys are cracking me up, yo. DDP Jason 9 says DDP plot armor appears until the end of the fight, like 15 seconds. Oh my God. Bella Rosa says, hi. How you doing, Bella Roses? Hopefully you're having a good one. Welcome to your channel. Welcome to your chat. You already know what it is. Like and subscribe. All right. I'm not even supposed to be making this much noise. I do have visitors today, so geez. I should be a little bit lower with my voice, but unfortunately, this is the way I do things on my live, okay? There's something in your teeth. Is there really? Good. I don't give a damn. Look. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Justin just did. Kobe is right about everything, especially pointier. Jason 9. Oh, Jason 9. Jason 9, I got to tell you something. Jason 9, you just reminded me. I have to tell you this. Okay, Jonathan was in the chat yesterday. Okay, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, but I go on live almost every day, twice a day almost. But he was on the live, I believe it was yesterday. And Jonathan told me that he did meet Dustin Poirier, okay? However, Jonathan said that he punked out. He punked out. He did not tell Dustin Poirier what you wanted him to tell him. So Jonathan punked out. He didn't say what you wanted him to say. Okay, he said as soon as he made contact with Dustin Poirier and he saw Dustin Poirier in his vicinity, he said, "It's no way that I'm going to get this beat down from Dustin Poirier." Okay, so he ended up not telling him what you wanted him to say. Okay, but Jason 9, he did meet him and he went out there. Okay, so we have to give Jonathan a round of applause for that. Okay, let me see. There's really nothing. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta put you on timeout. Google, you are on timeout. Okay, this is not a religious channel. First and foremost, okay, this is not a religious channel. All right, I could care less what your religion is. If I don't care where you come from, I don't care your color, anything. Okay, you are welcome to this community. All right, but don't come on this chat talking about religion. All right, this is UFC MMA specifically. Okay. The moment you start bringing up other shit, I can't deal with you, okay? I won't deal with you. This community won't deal with you. Point blank. Let me see. For once and all, is Colby good or evil? Look, Colby is good. I met Colby. I had conversations with Colby. Literally, the guy is cool. Colby Covington, all jokes aside, guys, Colby Covington is a cool dude. He's really down to earth. And let me tell you something. A lot of people know him, because of this character that he plays. But let me tell you, he's a cool dude. And if you ask him any questions about mixed martial arts, he will answer it right then and there. And he will even show you, okay? I have experience with this. Let me see. Lerone Murphy has 0 chance against Volk. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind right now? Did you see what he did in his last fight? Did you see what he did in his last fight and his last fight and his last fight? The guy is undefeated. The guy has put up just a crazy win streak when we're talking about Lerone Murphy. So if we're talking about Lerone Murphy not being, able to beat Volk, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you. I actually disagree with you because his last performance actually tells me he has a huge chance to beat Volk. I'm not going to say he's going to beat Volk, but I say he does have a huge chance. Jesus, peace be upon him. Hi and bye. Well, bye, Z's. You have a good one. Can't blame him. Jonathan's still a real one. Jonathan is a real one, okay? He just definitely didn't want to catch that beat down, and I totally understand, okay? I totally understand. But I respect him for actually going to meet the guy. I respect that, He didn't betray Masvidal's friendship. He didn't betray Masvidal's friendship. I don't know. I don't know what was going on between them, the fine details of things, you know what I mean? I have no idea. So when it comes to that friendship, I don't know. I don't know anything about that, you know what I mean? So I can't base somebody else's relationship, right, on how I feel about the guy. You know what I mean? If he didn't get along with George Masvidal, that has nothing to do with me. But my interactions with Colby Covington, let me tell you something. It was awesome, humble guy. So from my experience, cool guy. He did you're such a teddy bear. Dude, Lerone arguably lost to, he's overrated. Look, if you say so. I'm just saying that if you're saying that he doesn't have a chance, I disagree with you. I do think Lerone Murphy does have a chance. OE opinion on BFC. BFC. What are you talking about? BFC. BKFC? Is that what you're talking about, August? It's Jason. Yes, it's Jason Bella Rosa. Why the sad face, Bella Rosa? Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, okay? Run up these likes. Run up the subscriptions. All right? Do me the favor. Support the community. All right? Because this is your channel. All right? I am just the pilot. The only channel where the fans come first, not last, okay? August says, yes, BKFC, sorry. Well, look, when it comes to BKFC, I mean, that's an ever-growing sport. It really is. Everybody has their own preferences, to be honest with you. When it comes to BKFC, I'm just not one of those guys that I'm not entertained by it, to be real. I'm more entertained with, with specific guys. You know what I mean? So when it comes to Platinum Mike Perry, I try to watch his fights. I really do. The guy is entertaining, and I like his style of fighting, to be real. But I don't catch myself watching BKFC that often, to be honest with you. And it's a sad story right now that we have Frankie Edgar actually joining BKFC. I actually made a live about that because I actually think somebody needs to sit down with Frankie Edgar and just guide him in the right direction. Because right now, him going to BKFC is not healthy. It is not healthy. Okay? He's going to get more CTEs. He's going to get caught up. And he's going to get knocked out. I have no faith that Frankie Edgar will find success in BKFC, to be honest with you. I think they're doing him a disservice. Somebody needs to sit down with Frankie Edgar and have a conversation with him about leaving the combat sports, to be real. It's KFC, bruh. UFC messed up not booking Chimaev in late October, Abu Dhabi. Yeah, but Chimaev just got done beating the hell out of DDP, so let's give the guy a break. Let's give him a break, okay? August says, I agree. UFC is much more technical, I feel. I just wanted to mention Edgar. He's going to end his career there. August, it's a sad story. I'm just being real with you guys. It's a sad story that Frankie Edgar has to go to this to these lengths. You know what I mean? What's the reason? What's the reason why Frankie Edgar wants to compete at Big KFC? Is it because he needs the money? Is it that? Because if he needs the money, I think the UFC needs to call up Frankie Edgar and just be like, hey, why don't you come over here? We'll make you a commentator. We'll make you an analyst. We'll make you break down some fights. You know what I mean? Hell, we'll even give you a new show with the new Paramount deal in 2026. They need to really help this guy out. Okay, because I do not want to see Frankie. I do not want to see Frankie Edgar in BKFC. He's gonna get hurt. Mark my words, guys. He's gonna get hurt. But knock on wood. Okay, knock on wood. But I don't see good things happening. I'm just being real. It's gonna be me next time. I'm gonna say what Kobe said word for word, like 100 feet away, but still. I don't think BKFC pays you that much to get scarred and CTE for life. RN, they really don't. You know what I mean? They really don't, man. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Platinum Mike Perry, he's making some big bucks. But the only reason why he's making big bucks is because he's basically carrying that whole organization, to be real. Okay? Bella Rosa says, damn. August says, he needs money, bro. Damn, bro. Is it that really? August, do you really think that's what it is? You really think Frankie Edgar needs money? After all the fights that he had in the UFC? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. This is what I'm talking about. There should not be fighters like Frankie Edgar at his age and at his stage coming back to any combat sport, let alone BKFC. It's atrocious, man. Atrocious. RN says, nor that much time compared to UFC. In the real world, if you're not in the UFC, people don't care. RN, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly, to be honest with you. The thing you need to know that I liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Bella Rosa. You are a part of this community, and you are a part of this chat now. All right? I appreciate you. August says, no man does BKFC out of wanting to do it. They do it out of necessity. August, damn. OMG. You just went in there, man. You really went in there. And you know what? You put things into perspective, to be real with you. You really did. You really put things into perspective right there, man. And if Frankie Edgar needs money, I honestly think the UFC should call him up and tell him, look, we'll give you a job as a commentator, as an analyst. I honestly just don't want to see. I don't want to see Frankie Edgar get hurt. I'm speaking facts. I got PTSD from Sandhagen knocking out Frankie. Yeah, man. That honestly, when I heard about BKFC signing Frankie Edgar, that's the first image that came into my mind. Was Frankie Edgar getting knocked out by Sandhagen. Sad story. debts are racking up. Damn, bro, you really think so? I mean, I thought they will put money to the side. I thought they will, put money to the side, make some investments. I mean, he's fought multiple times for the strap in the lightweight division, and he's fought a lot of times in the UFC. I mean, he's fought hella time. I mean, guys, he's fought against the who's who, BJ Penn. He beat BJ Penn. I mean, how does this guy still need money? I don't understand it. I just don't. It pisses me off, man. It really does. Because here we are with the UFC making, a new deal, $7.7 billion, and that's not even including the other deals that they're gonna have. It's just atrocious, man. Atrocious. UFC pays like shit, bro. He definitely needs money. Jason 9, damn. Fuck, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you guys are putting things into perspective, but it's crazy to me, man. It really is. It's crazy. I would never think that in 2025, going into 2026, we're still talking about the fighters, and their fighter pay. What a fucking sad situation this is, guys. I think Frankie has his own gym. I don't think he needs money. I thought he does too. I thought Frankie Edgar was a part of a gym, and he was getting percentages with that gym as well. I thought he was a coach as well. I saw him coaching a couple people as well. So it's like I thought he's making money. You know what I mean? I honestly don't think it's a money thing. I mean, at least I thought it wasn't. But now everybody in the chat really believes that, Frankie Edgar doesn't have any money. But I'm looking back, I'm like, man, he's fought a lot of fights in the UFC. So how doesn't he make or still have money? I just don't get it. Arvan says, that's the only reason I didn't pursue MMA or martial arts professionally. Without money, you're nothing in the real world. Better earn money and pursue martial arts as a hobby. Arvan, you are absolutely right. And that's exactly what I did. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I did. You know what I mean? I didn't pursue it as a career. I just definitely pursued it as something that I wanted to make it a part of my life. I wanted mixed martial arts to be a part of my life. When I wake up in the morning, I want to stretch. You know what I mean? When I go to sleep at night, I want to stretch before my work. When I do my workouts, I want mixed martial arts to be a part of my work. I want it to be it's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's a lifestyle. August says, I wonder if fight pay scale will change with the new deal. I doubt it. Well, August, Dana White did say they're gonna get, bigger bonuses, but I don't know about the UFC fighter pay. I really don't. You know what I mean? They haven't gone into details with that, but I'm hoping the fighters do get paid a little more because right now it's atrocious. Frankie Edgar will probably fight Chad Mendes or Eddie Alvarez. I know for a fact Frankie Edgar is not going to fight Eddie Alvarez because Eddie Alvarez and Frankie Edgar, they're like really, really good friends. They go back, they go back and they train at the same gym. So I don't think he'll fight Eddie Alvarez, but maybe Chad Mendes, maybe. I don't know. Arvan same. That's what Jason 9 says. Bro, talking facts. You should let MMA Guru adopt you. He would touch you once in a while, but he will feed you well. Conor McGregor, look, MMA Guru, good for him. Good for him. And let me tell you something. I am fed very well. Okay, I am fed very, very well. I don't need nobody to feed me. Okay, maybe you need somebody to feed you, Conor McGregor, because as of recent, you're over here just giving away birthday suit pictures. You know what I mean? So maybe you want somebody to hold the camera for you. You know what I mean? Make you a little bit of dinner while they hold the camera for you and spoon feed you. You know what I mean? While you take these pictures with your weights on your cock. Okay? Let me read. And then on the other hand, there's guys rejected $100 million offer, but Khabib earned it though. August, that's crazy, man. You were absolutely right. And John Jones declined $30 million. Remember that one. Didn't the UFC literally betray fighters like Rampage? You think they care about Frankie? Jason 9, probably not. Jason 9, that's a good point. They did betray Rampage Jackson, with that Reebok deal. So, yeah, I actually agree with you, Jason 9. I think every time Dana hears the word fighter pay, he blows in artery in his head. I agree with you, August. You are a New Yorker. You have that jabroni accent. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? And you must be. Where are you from? You're probably from. You're probably from Connecticut. That's not even a fucking state. That's a passerby. Drug mulers just use that just to drive through it from Massachusetts to New York. Don't tell me you come from Connecticut, please. Fucking place is not even a state. Fucking barely a state. What the freak? I'm confused. Khabib had Putin, Russian, Audrey politicians, the Abu Dhabi royal family for money needs. Why we need a contract for? I don't know, Iran. Hassan said Iran and Turkey. That's a good point, Hassan. Nah, bro, I'm from DC. I'm out here in the streets. Oh, you out there in the calles? Huh? You out there in the calles in DC? Well, let me tell you something, man. You better tell DC to get it right. You better tell DC to get it right. Because soon, DC is about to be covered. DC is about to get covered, okay, with people in army suits. All right? DC needs to get it together. All right? So go out there. Tell your friends. Tell your wives. Okay? Because let me tell you something. They're shutting down DC. I'm from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Hey, that's what's up, man. Big ups. Big ups to all my Puerto Ricans over there in Puerto Rico. I know Puerto Rico is not the same as it used to be. Okay? Since, gentrification came in, however you say the word. Unfortunately. Okay? Unfortunately. Certain people went over there to Puerto Rico and took over. But hopefully Puerto Ricans can take it back. All right? Because it is theirs. All right? It is theirs. Original. Okay? So big ups to all my Puerto Riqueños and all my Dominicanos. Tú sabes. Let me see. Icon of who the fuck you are. Hassan. Getting worried about Islam. He looks too small for 170 and JDM is huge. Welterweight. Look, I disagree with you. I honestly disagree with you. Islam walks around at like 205, 212. Islam is a big guy. Okay? He is a big guy, and he's about 5'10", 5'11". He's not a small guy. I don't even know how tall is JDM, but I could tell you what. Islam is not going to be the smaller man. The person that has to be worried right now is JDM. Because Islam, if he learned anything from watching Chimaev, he can make this fight even easier for himself. Okay? He could go in there and just pure grapple against JDM and make that fight look like DDP and Chimaev too. Okay? Don't get me started. What's happening in DC? LOL. Well, I don't know what's going on in DC, man, but apparently there's there's a crazy violence, out there in the calles. You know what I mean? And President Trump and the political, leaders of this country are planning to shut down DC. They plan to get the National Guard involved and bring them to DC to shut down all the violence and all the drugs that's going on in Washington, DC. Bonnier St. Denis versus Marcio Ruffy. Cole. Forever Young, I have no idea what you just said, but I know those guys. What about those guys? Puerto Rico es mi favorito es la tus sobres y mucho playas, mucho y mucho de que favor. Oh, really? Well, look. I mean, I'm just speaking from the past. You know what I mean? I mean, not from the past, but I'm just speaking for my friends. My friends are actually from Puerto Rico, born and raised in Puerto Rico, and they actually, well, they're born and raised in Puerto Rico, but now they're adults. They've been in the United States, for a long time. They've been over here where I'm at for a long time. So, I ask them questions. I'll be like, how's Puerto Rico? And they always tell me. They'll be like, man, you don't even want to go. I don't even want to go. The last time I went, it looked totally different. The neighborhoods are different. There's a lot of areas that I used to go to that are, no longer the way it used to be. So I'm just speaking from, from somebody's mouth who actually comes from Puerto Rico. That's all. That's all I'm doing. Okay. That's all I'm doing. Don't give him ideas. Motherfucker is gonna do the same. Exactly, Jason9. Exactly. All right. Don't let me call up Islam and be like, you know what? I'm gonna need you to just pure wrestle. Okay. I'm gonna need you to just pure wrestle this guy, and that's it. Okay. Thoughts on Sterling versus Brian Ortega, guys? I already made my UFC fight predictions for this, UFC fight night. Okay, headlined by Walker and Xingming Yang. I believe that's the headliners. But I'll tell you a little bit about a little bit. Okay. When it comes to Brian Ortega and Aljamain Sterling, I did have Aljamain Sterling winning this fight. I just think when it comes to Aljamain Sterling's ground game, I think he has better control on the ground than what Brian Ortega brings with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, don't get me wrong. Brian Ortega has great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but over time, Brian Ortega, I mean, he's no longer the man that he used to be. I did mention that I honestly think his soul left his body when he lost and got beat to a pulp by Max Holloway, okay? It's either that or his body or the soul left his body when Tracy Cortez left him, okay? Either one. When it comes to Brian Ortega, I happen to believe that he's a dead body walking in the cemetery, okay? Just walking blindly in the cemetery, okay? Get that image in your head. That is Brian Ortega, and that's why I think Aljamain Sterling is going to win that fight, guys. Let me see. Bueno, no mucho, pero sí. Okay, I feel you. Yo, my favorite channel on YouTube. So glad to be back once again. Gino, welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat. I've been on for damn near 52 minutes, almost an hour. I'll stay on a little longer now that I see you on the chat, but welcome. Make sure you like. Make sure you share, excuse me. I appreciate you. August says, I met DDP earlier this year in my house town, Polo Quain. Well, August, that's what's up, man. That is awesome. Hopefully he was cool. Hopefully the interaction was memorable. And yeah, man, that's awesome. All right, bye. Nice chatting. All right, man. Bella Rosa, you have a good one. You have a good one. Melanena has good defense grappling. Islam walks around at 190, not 205. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? Are you really trying to tell me where Islam walks around? I know people who are in Islam's camp personally. Okay? I'm speaking facts. When I tell you that Islam at his biggest, he walks around at 205, 212. I'm speaking from the horse's mouth. I'm not fucking with you. Okay? So for you to say that he walks around at 190, that's most likely when he starts cutting and preparing himself for training camp. When he's walking around at 190. Okay? But when he's out of training camp, like right now, he's not, in training camp, I bet you he's walking around at 205, 210. Guaranteed. Okay? But as the fight gets closer, then he starts preparing himself for that weight cut and for training camp. So once he hits training camp, he was usually at 190 or 192. So you're talking about when he's preparing himself for training camp, okay? All right. Let me read some of these comments. Gino says, so yesterday I did some research. DDP is the only fighter in the UFC that took Chimaev down. Chimaev couldn't finish him. DDP has the strength, but he needs a second coach to improve his wrestling. Gino, look, he doesn't only have to improve his wrestling, okay? I understand the wrestling is very important because he did get dominated in those positions. However, look, he also has to, work on his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If somebody is able to take you down and then, right when they take you down, they get half guard to side control to crucifix, like that within a minute, that means your Brazilian jiu-jitsu is fucking awful. So he has to work on not only his wrestling, but his Brazilian jiu-jitsu ground game and understanding movement and positioning. Because it seems like he don't have a clue. You look like, I don't even know who that is. Gino, laugh my ass off. Please tell me what you smoking. I always like, that's what Hassan said. I always like, Gino says, I always like, I even recommend your channel to my friends as we all are addicted to MMA in Cape Town. That's what's up, Gino. That is awesome. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you found my channel. I'm so happy that I found you as well, to be honest with you. And you are part of this community. I continue supporting this community. And you already know, guys, we are here. Jason 9 says, these Dagestanis are the Russian version of Alabama, but they love wrestling more than their cousins. Jason 9, you are coming out swinging, bro. Chill out. I'm just 11. Bella Rosa, I hear you. JDM is going to look huge compared to Islam. Just watch. Okay. We will see. I'm most likely gonna go live for that event as well. So we will see. Hopefully, I'll see you in the chat. Stop the cap. That's what Hannah said. Hassan said, sorry. Jason 9, a 205 Islam. Damn. Yes, he walks around at like 205, 210, bro. He's huge. He's freaking huge. August says he's going to pull a DC. Hassan, clearly, you are delusional. I'm probably smoking tea bags if that makes you happy, or maybe I'm smoking church juice. Guys, you still got to love Gino's enthusiasm. All right, you still have to love it. Okay, that's the reason why I love Gino. Okay, regardless of what he's saying, I still love it. All right, it comes with character. Gino it's MMA, not boxing. That's what Hassan says. August says we have to look past the facts that we are South Africans, Gino. Of course, we support our boy. We lost, but as I said the other day, DDP defended very well against that jawbreaker. Oh my God. I love says, why are you drinking out of a jar? Is this the prohibition drinking moonshine? Oh my God. Why are you worried about another grown man and what is he doing? Okay. That's the real question here. Okay. So they're basically Alabama and Russian because they love their cousins too. Yes, that's basically what Jason 9 was stating. Okay. That's the reason why I started laughing. Okay. Gino says Hassan is probably from a country where cricket is a bigger sport than MMA. I don't know. That would be India. India, that's where they do cricket. Conor McGregor back in the chat said Chimaev should go to a gay bar if he wants to hug sweaty men. This is fighting. Oh my God, Connor. Hassan says, Gino, laugh my ass off. South Africa cricket is big. I was just thinking about that too. I was like, wait a minute. In South Africa, cricket is big. At Connor, this is Hassan. But he doesn't punch old age. Yo, that is a good one. There you go, Connor. Stop your nonsense, Connor. Stop catching cases in bathroom stalls and punching old men at bars, okay? Do me the favor. Oh. Did I wake you? I am loud, right? I'm sorry. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Guys, I'm gonna stay here for a little longer. I did wake somebody up, my loud ass. I always forget, guys. Every time I have visitors here, I always forget, you know what I mean, that I am a loud ass fucker. You know what I mean? And I just wake up everybody, even the fucking neighbors. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here soon. Let me read some of these comments before I get out of here. Who should Evlaw fight next? Man, I have no idea, to be honest with you. Gina, August, you and me both know DDP will only fight Chimaev after he is probably prepared. He felt the pressure, so I'm sure he can adapt. Gino, you know what? I like your faith. I like your faith. And if Hassan did his research, he would know that South Africa is the champion in rugby back to back. Damn, Gino, that is what's up. I didn't know that. August, OE, you don't even know what we went through. We lost the cricket, rugby, and then the UFC. We are in mourning. We need a we take some drink. Get some moonshine, guys. I apologize. I had no idea, August, okay? I had no idea. Every time you guys gotta tell me the news, okay? Because I'm over here just, oblivious, to all the sadness, guys, okay? At least Connor doesn't fuck his cousin. Jason 9, I'm telling you, you coming over here. Jason 9 is coming over here swinging, okay? Swinging with the low blows. Let me tell you. Hassan says, Gino, shoulda, coulda, woulda, dude. By the way, I'm from Turkey and we don't even watch cricket. Laugh my ass off. Hassan says, Gino, actually, it's New Zealand, all black. Stop the cap. Gino says, yes, I know we lost in all sporting events. LOL. If our country even disappoints me like that, I would leave our country and go live in the ocean or in the moon. Yo, guys, you guys are cracking me up today, man. You guys have been absolutely awesome today, I must say. Okay, I thank you guys, all right, for being a part of this community, honestly, and for supporting this community, all right, and always pushing this community to new heights, to be honest with you guys. Guys, I do want to touch up on the topic of discussion today. And the topic of discussion today was Reina de Ritter versus Anthony Hernandez. And look, guys, like I said before, Anthony Hernandez is coming off of a good win off of Delice. But I must say, guys, I am not convinced that Anthony Hernandez is a top contender in the middleweight division, especially after losing, to Kevin Holland. I understand Anthony Hernandez lost to Kevin Holland a long time ago, but let me tell you something. That doesn't sit well with me, all right? So when it comes to RDR, I mean, guys, RDR has humbled Bo Nickel. And you know what? I give him a round of applause for that because that Bo Nickel needed a humbling, okay? And when it comes to RDR, yeah, he almost lost against Robert Whitaker, but he did get the win. So if this fight is going to happen, I'm sorry, RDR will win against Anthony Hernandez. I just have no faith in Anthony Hernandez. Point blank, period, guys, okay? But guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm most likely going to go live once again. I will be live this Saturday for this event, headlined by Xingming Yang and Walker. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you then, guys. Stay blessed, and you already know what it is. Peace.